Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you what I wore on my nails in April. So April feels like it was so long ago, but I do have some really gorgeous polishes to share. I really didn't wear too much in April. I was swatching a little bit and I actually wore a gel manicure for a week, which we'll talk about that. But because of those two things, I actually only wore 12 polishes in April. And a few of those were like combos, toppers, layered kind of situations. So I didn't have that many manicures. That being said, I do have some glorious polishes to share. So we're gonna take a look at polishes I wore as pedicures first, then we'll look at manicures. First the ones that I liked okay, then the ones that I really hated, and then at the end, the ones that I absolutely loved. All right, so in April, I actually got in 2 pedicures. So the first one is kind of a staple for me. Every year I kind of rewear some light pink pedicure. I just think it's a really fresh color and it just, I don't know, it just feels so perfect for spring. So this spring I decided to try an untried. I wore OPI Mod About You. So OPI Mod About You is a very light pink cream. It does have a little bit more saturation than some like Essie Fiji. It's not a white with a drop of pink. It definitely looks pink on the nails and it's a cooler, more purple leaning pink cream. So that really intrigued me. So this one I had some mixed feelings on. The color itself was gorgeous. The opacity for this polish was very impressive. It was an easy 2-coater. However, I didn't absolutely love this on my nails. I felt like I put it on as a pedicure because, like I said, I always wear some kind of light pink in spring. Spring was kind of ending, or when I wear spring polishes was kind of ending, so I felt like I needed to put this on, but I wasn't necessarily really wanting a light pink pedicure at the time, so because of that, I didn't love this. However, it did have a really good formula and I look forward to wearing it as a manicure next time. I think I'll love it as a mani. And then the other pedicure that I wore, I've worn before as a pedicure, I think, and I've worn it as a manicure. I've worn this one 3 times now, I think, which means I like it. It's OPI Crawfishin' for a Compliment. So this is a really unique orange cream in my opinion. It's light and kind of muted. It's got a lot of red lean to it. It's not a sunshiny kind of bright orange or a Cheeto-y orange or like a macaroni and cheese kind of orange. It is very red leaning. And it's almost like if you could take a red orange and make it pastel, you would get this color. I have nothing else like it in my collection. So like I've mentioned, I've worn this before as a pedicure and a manicure. It's a great polish. I would say that this is one of my favorite kind of light orange polishes. There aren't too many of those in my collection, but I don't feel the need to get more because I really enjoy this one. It has almost the effect against my skin tone of feeling kind of like a nude leaning shade, but just because it has a little bit of red in it, it feels saturated enough to be a fun pedicure color. And in my opinion, it was perfect kind of transitioning from the cooler months of spring to the warmer, more sunny, bright months. I absolutely love this. I wore it until it was super chipped and I just couldn't wear it anymore. I would have kept it on my nails longer if I could. All right, so manicures now. Let's talk about the ones that I just liked okay. The first one comes from Pahlish. This shade is called Evermore. Evermore has a periwinkle kind of creamy base and a lot of kind of large particle shifting shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green. So this polish, I hesitated putting in that love category because I really did enjoy it, but it pales in comparison to the other loves, so I put it here. But this had a great formula. I was not expecting to like it very much at all. When I purchased it, I got it in the For the Love of Polish box in May of 2023, so last year, about a year ago. Right now, that's cool. But I wanted the box except for this color. I wasn't very excited about it. When it came in, I was a little bit intrigued. And then once I got it on my nails, I really liked it. Just the way that the shifting shimmer contrasted against that periwinkle base was so beautiful. It had a good formula. I thought the periwinkle color was bright and saturated. I felt like it was very flattering on me. And this one was a little bit more creamy than some of the other Polish Shifty Shimmers that I have. And I actually really liked that. And made it go on very easily, and it felt like it had some oomph, I don't know. And then the other manicure that I liked okay comes from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it is called Unmade. Unmade has a kind of muted berry magenta base and another strong shifting shimmer, finer in particle size though than the polish. It shifts from green to blue to purple. So this one was a rewear for me, and anytime I rewear a polish, I just pat myself on the back. I seriously feel so good about it because with a collection as big as mine is, and I know it's not as big as some of yours, but with a collection my size, sometimes rewearing a polish, it takes years, right? I just can't get it on my nails again because I feel so guilty about having so many untrieds. But this one I really wanted to get on my nails again. Something about that muted kind of berry base was just calling to me, the shifting shimmer. I've just been having a hard time getting Bee's Knees off my mind lately. I think it's because I've been reading a lot of the Sarah J. Maas books, and so a lot of, you know, Bee's Knees has created many collections based on her series, so I've been craving Bee's Knees in my life. But I forgot that this polish is super sheer, and I didn't actually mind that too much on the nail, but because of that, paired with my staining, which isn't super intense by the way, it just pulled a little bit more of like a red than a pink. And I didn't hate it. I thought it was beautiful, but it wasn't what I was wanting. And so it ended up in this middle category. Gorgeous shift in the shimmer. So beautiful. I wore this one for a really long time as well, probably 3 or 4 days, but yeah, if it would have looked more pink on the nails, it would have been in the loves for sure. There were 2 manicures in April that I really didn't like, which is more than I've had in the past few months. It's been here lately, 0 that I didn't like. I liked or loved everything, but this month I did have to. The first one was another polish. This one is called Clockmaker. Clockmaker is a pale yellow crelly base with gold flakes. I really wanted to love this one. I absolutely love this finish from Polish. I have, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of their different polishes in this finish, and I will continue to buy them because they almost never let me down. But this one did. No fault of the formula. The formula was fantastic. I really enjoyed applying this polish. However, the base color, it didn't work for me. I feel like if someone asked, I would tell them I love yellow polish. But I think I do love some yellow polish, and I'm very selective about which ones. This one didn't make the cut. I think it was just a little bit too Oh Charlie's honey mustard. I don't know, it felt very condimenty on the nails. And I didn't like it. I felt like the base color maybe leaned a little bit too brown, and it wasn't bright or saturated enough to flatter my skin tone. It felt like it just dulled my skin, and I didn't like it. And then the other one I did not enjoy wearing was a gel polish. It comes from Dimension Nails, and it's called Kookaburra. Dimension Nails doesn't sell gel polishes anymore, but I'm unsure if this shade is maybe available in their regular line. I would describe it as a muted, light, grayed out blue. So I ended up trying my first full gel manicure in April because I had a period about a week where I knew I wasn't going to be able to do my nails, and I just wanted to give it a try, see if I liked it. I didn't. I really hated it. I don't know. I think I just did a really poor job with application. I ended up getting some peeling actually, and then breaks. Maybe it was the condition of my nails. They weren't where they should be, or maybe I didn't prep them correctly. I did the steps, like I bought all the things that you're supposed to use with this, and I watched some tutorials, but you know, trial and error, everything takes some practice, and I'm not willing to practice anymore. I do not want to do gel manicures ever again. That being said, the color was beautiful. The application was not so bad. I mean, with limited gel experience, it was pretty easy. Obviously, I did a poor job. But yeah, just the way this manicure turned out, the color itself was pretty. It was gorgeous on the first day, and I was like not able to stop staring at my nails because they were so glossy. I did love that. However, it was like day 2 or something that they chipped, and like I said, I did not have the opportunity to do my nails for the rest of the week, so I was just kind of stuck with super chipped nails for a week, and they just kept getting worse, and then by the end of the week my nails were destroyed. It was very disappointing, so hated this manicure. Okay, let's get to the manicures that I absolutely loved in April. The first one is one from Olive Ave Polish, and it's called Raindrop. Raindrop has a really unique kind of muted tealy but blue, like maybe a peacock blue or a Prussian blue, creamy base with holographic silver micro glitter. So when this polish released, I was so excited to get my hands on it. I knew I had nothing like it in my collection. It was released in spring, and this color, for me anyway, does not scream spring. So I felt like it was unique. I was just, you know, really jazzed about getting it. But then I had it for years, and it stayed untried because when spring rolled around, it didn't feel springy to me. And I mean, in fall, I have so many gorgeous fall polishes that are untried. There's just a lot of competition there. Don't like spring as much, so I thought I'd get around to it, but I never did until this season. I was a little bit nervous that I wouldn't like it because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of what I've tried from this brand, although beautiful colors, the manicures for some reason or another don't always turn out to be loves. A lot of likes, not always loves. So I was afraid with the hype in my heart for this polish that I would be disappointed. However, I was not. Oh my gosh, it was fabulous. It had the glossiest formula. It has one of those kind of bases that dries down super shiny. Even though it has micro glitter, it did not dry down textured, and I just felt like I did wear it on a series of rainy days that we had. It was perfect. It felt absolutely fitting for that time of the season. So really enjoyed this one. I'm glad I picked it up, and it's making me want to try more of my Olive Ave polish untrieds. The next one I love actually includes 3 Cirque Colors shades. So as a base, I layered Rose Jelly, which is a kind of nude brown leaning pink jelly base. And I layered it with Cirque Colors Morning Tide, which is a little bit more of an opaque jelly that has a really vivid light blue color. And then I added some swirls with Cirque Colors A Fiori. This one is a light purple cream. So I do not know what got into me when I did this nail look, because seriously, it feels like I do nail art, if you want to call it that. The most simple nail art always, but nail art nevertheless once a year. And I guess, you know, April was when I was feeling like trying some nail art. I don't know why. But I was just feeling very inspired, I think, by getting these 2 jellies. I've heard wonderful things about Cirque Colors jellies. These both are so beautiful in my opinion and perfect for spring. I mean, I guess they could be nice for summer too, but I was curious what they'd look like layered upon each other, and they created such a gorgeous, like, purpley muted shade. So then I went to my Cirque Colors collection and pulled this light purple A Fiori. I might have actually had this on my spring rack now that I think about it, and just decided to add some subtle swirls. Again, I loved this manicure. I just felt like it was light and ethereal. It was elegant. I could use a little bit of work on my swirls. Some of them were not as they weren't super consistent in size. Like some of them were a little thicker and then some were a little bit more thin. I know that'll come with practice, but it's gonna be a long time until I get good at it if I keep wearing nail art once a year. But anyway, I did really enjoy this manicure. It was beautiful. 2 more. The next one comes from Polish for Days, and it's called Sweet Clover. Sweet Clover has a beautiful saturated, super bright, like minty green base, and it is loaded with beautiful iridescent shifting flakes. There's lots of copper, gold, orange, green, and pink flakes in here. So this actually came in the box, the For the Love of Polish box, with that Pahlish Evermore I showed you earlier. And then the guest maker was the Stella Chroma, which I wore last summer. So I'm pretty proud of myself for wearing all 3 polishes in that box and keeping them. I did like them all. This was the one that I bought the box for though. When I saw this polish, I had to have the box. I didn't care what the other polishes looked like, which I never do that. Never. I pretty much never buy those boxes, because if I don't love all of them, I don't want them. I don't want to have them sitting untried and then feel pressure to wear them and not want to wear them and then de-stash them when I knew I was not going to like them initially anyway. It's just a whole thing. But this one I felt so strongly about, I had to have it no matter what. It did not let me down. It was so beautiful. Was it the most flattering shade of green on me? It wasn't. It was like one of those shades of green that made my skin look a little bit yellow, which was kind of weird. But I didn't care because, again, it was just such a glorious color. So vibrant. The flakes were packed in there. And then the last one I wore in April and absolutely loved comes from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it is Monsters Could Be Created But Never Tamed. This one has a kind of muted light purple base. It is jam-packed with so many silver holographic flakies, and it has shimmer that looks mostly blue, but I think shifts to purple as well. So yeah, I've just been feeling Bee's Knees lately. I had to wear this. It did not let me down. Like the first swipe, my heart, it just melted. Like the amount of hollow flakes in here to me is unreal. It just makes these polishes look incredibly dimensional. And then the added shimmer, oh my gosh, I regret not getting every single polish that Bee's Knees releases in this finish, because in my heart I know I would love them all, but my wallet just can't keep up. Yeah, this one was fantastic though, and so perfect for spring. I think it'd be gorgeous in the fall as well, where it's a little bit more dusty, but yeah, it's just so glowy. I'm speechless. Like the pictures speak for themselves. So those are all the polishes that I wore in April. Let me know down in the comments what you wore. What did you like? What did you not like from my video? If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.